Hey guys, this one again is a request from one of the viewers, and it is regarding self-care or the concept of self-care with regards to INTJs. And I will be maybe pointing more towards the INTJ female because obviously that's my subject matter. However, it might apply to all INTJs. So if there is comments from other INTJs that are male, I would be happy to hear your perception in the comments section. So this particular idea of self-care, personally for me, is something that I found kind of cheesy at first, and I'm saying that because of course the skeptic in me is, what is self-care? Why do we need it? And it was only through going through the situations that I've mentioned in earlier videos about having exhaustion and starting to really intuitively notice that I need to explore this idea of self-care further. So even though it is kind of one of those new words that are buzzwords that are running around, in essence, it really is a concept that I'm glad they do that buzzword, because then you can Google it and look at different ideas of what people identify as self-care. So for myself personally, as an INTJ female, again, I've mentioned before how I will go and run into a wall and then it's too late. And another actual viewer asked a question that, do I notice that I'm running into the wall? And I have to say, even in my 40s, I don't. I want to say I do, but it's go, the passion's there, the motivation, the pressure, the self-imposed pressure is there, and it was actually scary to get to that point of exhaustion. So that was a real wake-up call for me. So a piece that I've used quite a bit, and I'll give you an example, is yoga. So it sounds like something that most people might rebuff as hippie or that type of thing, and everyone has their own ways of coping, but this is about self-care. And what I found with yoga is kind of interesting. So what I noticed in my early 30s is I was pushing myself way too hard. I was running a lot. I was running quite a few miles a day, and my IT bands were getting really tight. And what happened is that my kneecaps would pop out of place. And instead of ignoring my body and saying, maybe I should just slow down and introduce self-care or look at that, I kept going and put tensor bandages around my knees so they wouldn't swell while I was running. And where this is going is with yoga, I was introduced to it and I was kind of an on and off person that took part in it. And I found the certain type of yoga, I personally like flow and ashtanga, that was actually a total eye-opener for me. So what happened was my body's limitations from being injured, because I was pushing myself again into that wall, was able to be healed, but it really showed the limitations that were there. I actually had an instructor say, get out of this pose because you're gonna hurt yourself. And because I was pushing myself beyond what she could clearly see was too dangerous for my body when I was injured. So when I get to the idea of yoga, that point though allowed me to really open up the concepts of where my limitations were and what I could do about it. So through slowly going through yoga, it was very helpful for me in the way that I started to get more in tune with my body as opposed to just analyzing through thought. And that was a big piece that allowed me to really embrace the concepts of the mind-body connection. So I'm not going to go into too much detail about that because it's not the point of this video, but the part for me is for self-care is sitting still, if you can, as an INTJ female or male, for 5 minutes to really feel in your gut what you're needing, because everyone's different. And say for me, it might be I just need to be alone and chill and watch YouTube, and that might be it, and I get recharged and I'm good. Or I mean, it could be anything. It's just basically identifying the things that you feel are lacking. And that's the hard thing, is when you're running on empty, pushing yourself too hard. No one is, I mean, people can push you, but you're the one who's choosing to push yourself. So understanding deep down in your gut and using that intuition to understand what you need for downtime, and taking that time and understanding that you're worth it. You're worth that time, that other people are not going to go and, fall apart on you in 5 minutes if you take even a week for yourself. I mean, those are the things that if we don't do that for ourselves as self-driven people, we get emotionally, physically exhausted, and actually it's very detrimental for your health. And I can't stress that enough. It is not worth your health to push yourself for your own expectations that you've set, because life is about every single day and making those things count. And I think that might be difficult for us because we think so far in advance, and that might be something that is worth exploring. And everyone's different. Again, I'm not going to go into too many details about what I feel would be something that would work. If there is questions, definitely put it in the comment section below. I can absolutely answer them for you from my personal perspective. But again, I am not a psychologist, so I only take it from my experiential learning. Anyways, I hope that helps. I just wanted to stress the point of everyone is different, and looking into that using the power of the internet, especially because we are needing downtime to recoup. We are also natural researchers. This will hopefully give you a way to guide yourself through maybe different blogs that are addressing the areas that you need to feel rejuvenated. So anyways, as always, if there is a video that is of interest, please just put it as a video request in the comment section, and I will try to potentially do one more today. Thanks so much.